Alright folks, we're going to do us a little bit of chicken rice. Here I have some boneless chicken, and these are the leg portions, the chicken thigh, which I really like. We're going to season it with a little bit of seasoning, mixed pepper, and a little bit of salt. Saute our vegetables in a little bit of canola oil. And as we saute them, we want to get them just lightly translucent. We're going to put them right over the rice. The rice I've already put into the container, the cooking container, which in this case is a aluminum foil tin. We're going to get all that in there, and then we're going to just try to spread it out as evenly as possible. In that same saute pan, you wipe it out a little bit. You put 2 tablespoons of butter in there. And you move that around until it's all melted. And you know, gotta move it around a little bit because we're working with medium heat here. We don't want it too hot. If you got it too high, you're gonna burn stuff, and then you can't use that nice pan magic that's left. And we're gonna put in our chicken thigh, our boneless chicken thigh. And we're going to cook that on each side for about 4 or 5 minutes. Now, you may not reflect 4 or 5 minutes on my screen, but that's about what we're doing, about 4 minutes per side. And I'm going to give them a little bit of seasoning on this side now because I didn't really pat my chicken dry completely like you should, so I just seasoned it on one side in the beginning and then season it on the other side. But if you're doing this recipe, please just pat your chicken dry and season it on both sides, and it'll alleviate a whole lot of headache. Now we're going to put a little bit of seasoning mix. I'm putting a little more seasoning mix in the rice and mixing it up and just making sure that everything's well blended. Now let me turn these and see what I'm working with here. Yeah, you see, we got enough color, and we're not trying to cook the thigh all the way through. The cooking the recipe itself will do that through the entire cooking process, but we want some color on our chicken. So that's the purpose of sauteing it, to seal the juices and to get some color. If it looks like I just put it off right away, trust me, we done 4 minutes per side. And then we're going to do the next batch, which, you know, is the same amount. In this recipe, you can do 6, you can do 8, you probably could do 10. And it's a good recipe. Just follow the steps, and please, once again, pat your chicken dry and season it on both sides at the beginning. You can use this technique I'm using, but it's going to be trouble if you forget, because if you forget to season it on the other side after you put it in, it's going to taste quite differently. Now I got color on that side, and we're just taking it to the other side. And we're going to make sure that they're okay. I don't know, that's what looks good to me. We're going to transfer it on. We're laying all of these thighs right onto the top of the rice and the vegetable. And now what you got left there is just the remnants of all that flavor that was in the chicken and seasoning. So 1 cup of water I'm putting right in the pan, and that pan is going to deglaze itself, and then we're going to take that and transfer it to the rice. And what we're going to do, because we got little splotches of black and caramelization and everything that you may or may not want in your rice, so what we're going to do is just pour it through a strainer, and then we'll add the rest of the water to the chicken. For this recipe, it took me 4.5 cups of water to complete this recipe. Now it's all easy after this because you just cover it up, and it's the perfect 1-pot entree. Now we're going to put this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees, and we're going to cook it for about 50 minutes to an hour. Now we're going to take it, put it off, and it looks pretty good. And we're going to see what we got. Oh, look at that. Look at that, comes right up, and look how nicely that rice fluffs. And that's a basmati rice blend. Let me give it a taste. And there it is. Baked chicken and rice. Bye-bye.